The Syrians are playing a very dirty role. They don't give a damn about the independence of Lebanon or about establishing, implementing the Taif Agreement, which means that we have to send the Lebanese army to the south and respect the truce agreement of 1949. The Syrians are sending rockets from Iran to Lebanon, and they don't give a damn if Lebanon is burned or bombarded by the Israelis. And they are doing nothing, the Syrians, in the Golan. We have liberated our country from the Israelis. They have accepted a ceasefire on their occupied land from 1974, and they are doing nothing. We are fighting the Israelis through Lebanon.
But the Syrians will have to accept as the Lebanese government sends an army to the south.
Poor Lebanese government. You think we have a strong army? It depends first if the Israelis are to withdraw. That's one. Two, if the Hezbollah is to accept also withdrawing his military infrastructure from the south. How can you have an army there squeezed between Hezbollah and the Israelis?
How can the Syrians be sending rockets to Hezbollah when all the routes are now sort of bombarded and blocked?
It's easy. I mean, it's not that difficult. And they have stockpiled thousands of rockets in Lebanon a long time ago. And they still can send it. I mean, you have 200 kilometers of borders. They still can send supplies.
If really Syria and Iran are supporting Hezbollah in this war, in the past 2 weeks, they seem to have distanced themselves from Hezbollah. I mean, they're just giving moral support or political support.
That's not true. I mean, I'm so sorry. Ahmadinejad is willing to wipe out the state of Israel, and he's sitting there in Tehran, and Lebanon is being wiped out. That's it. So I don't like it. I mean, he's just a crazy guy sitting there in Tehran because of to relieve pressure as for his nuclear program. He's using Lebanon to divert attention.
Now, your Prime Minister Fouad Siniora, said a couple of days back that he spoke very openly with the Foreign Minister of Iran and also with the Foreign Minister of Syria, and very openly conveyed to them the fact that Lebanon now does not like to have other countries play their politics on Lebanese territory.
Okay, easy saying, but when you have the Hezbollah, who did well, fighting the Israelis, okay, they did well. But will they abide by the Lebanese authority, or they will stay stuck defending the Syrian regime and getting money and weapons from Tehran at the expense of the Lebanese independence? And well, what's happening is that they are fighting, and the Israelis are responding, and Lebanon is being destroyed.
But Hezbollah has accepted the role of the Lebanese army in the south.
We'll see. I'm a practical man. We'll see when the army would be able to move to the south, if the Hezbollah is to move out of the south, and if the Israelis will move also back to their borders.
Now, don't you think that maybe the Syrians wouldn't want to really get involved or play interfere in the domestic affairs of Lebanon, now when the Americans and the international community and other Arab countries are also following the situation so closely?
The Syrians are criticizing the positive approach of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, and other Arab countries. They are interfering in Lebanon. They have their proxies, they have their press here, and as I told you, the borders with Syria are open to weapons, open to all kind of devices that are not helping the solidifying the state of Lebanon.
When the foreign minister of Syria was here in the Arab foreign ministers meeting, it was very clear that what he wanted to get from the meeting, he could not. And he went back with nothing, basically. Is that not a clear message that things will be different in the future?
Yes, okay, but from one side you have the Saudis, the Gulf, Egypt backing Lebanon. From the other side you have this axis, Tehran, Syria, Hezbollah. We have to see who is stronger. But in the meantime, the balance of power, okay, we'll see how it will happen. But in the meantime, my country is being destroyed and is burning. That's it.
And would you accept an international force that would come and take the weapons of Hezbollah, or is that a job that the Lebanese army should do?
We cannot take the weapons of Hezbollah by force. They have to accept. They have to answer clearly if they want a central authority all over Lebanon or no. That's it. By force, we're not going to enhance another war inside Lebanon. It's enough Israeli aggression and what happened of destruction.
Waleed Bek, so far, Has no one told Hezbollah to take a choice, make a choice?
When we had a dialogue with Hezbollah, they said clearly we cannot be incorporated into the Lebanese army. We will coordinate. It's impossible to have a state whereby you have a parallel army. They said it clearly. And Nasrallah declared war unilaterally. Okay, he did not take the advice or the permission of the Lebanese state.
Now, let's suppose that, I mean, if you talk about Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah, most people here in the Arab public opinion and the Muslim public opinion think of him as a hero.
Yes, okay, he's a hero. But why don't they, he's a hero because the Arab people are frustrated, okay, of perpetual Israeli aggression. But why should Lebanon be the only battleground of the Arab world? Let's let him go, Nasrallah, and fight in the Golan and liberate the Golan. The Golan is still occupied by the Israelis. But the Golan is quiet. The front of the Golan is quiet from 1974. Why should we always be this? Every 10 years we should have again a war because of and provoke the Israelis because of that other fronts are silent. Tell me why.
My last question, let's suppose that everything works out fine and Hezbollah agrees to be sort of get incorporated within the Lebanese state. Do you think that Syria and Iran would be happy with that, would, I don't know, not try to interfere?
As long as this regime is in power, Bashar al-Assad is full of hatred towards the Lebanese, we won't have peace in Lebanon. Because we have already accused him the year before being behind the attempt and the assassination of Rafi Hariri and the attempts of assassination of other prominent journalists and politicians. As for Ahmed Najad, well, I'm sorry to say, well, this is, it's easy saying his populist approach. He wants to wipe out the state of Israel, okay, but for the time being, well, he's just destroying our country, Lebanon.